Hello and welcome to another coaching video, and in this one we have a Platinum Pantheon versus a Platinum JARVAN, both with very interesting and enjoyable names. Nuck Fuggets and Day Drinking. So let's see which one of those things ends up being the theme of the game. We have here Platinum Pantheon main. He plays Pantheon, does flex it to other positions, but 99% is a jungler, but he has been Platinum for, well, what feels like eternity, many years. You can see here the overkiting mechanism. I talked about this in the 10 jungling commandments video on the main channel. You know, I understand people are sick and tired of hearing about clearing, but if you're just overkiting, you're forcing these like this happens to someone who has 100+ games on Pantheon. Why? He's afraid of taking some damage just to kind of speed up the clear a little bit, and you're healthy enough, right? Pantheon could do a 318 full clear in December already, before the buffs that he got. And so this is just basically someone who doesn't fully understand his cooldowns, when to kite, when to drag, yet he is a Pantheon main and Platinum. So that's why I tell you all, in every single piece of content I put out, master the clear. It's the easiest thing you can do to put on yourself. Simple. Because when you do that, it enables so much more on the map. Now, we're doing our blue side here, significantly delayed, super low HP. We have the JARVAN basically saying, well, I'm going to do full clear as well. People don't think of JARVAN as a full clearing jungler, but he can do and does. Ogurin does it all the time. We have here Vayne top lane versus a Teemo who obviously already killed the Vayne, so that's tragic. But already, because of this ineptitude, let's face it, he is just out of this early game phase. He has low KP games. He has some high KP games, but it really looks like those are doomed games, right? He's just able to clean up because his team suck and he gets a few kills from AFK farming and scaling. But why is a Pantheon thinking about full clearing as a default? Is that okay? Yes. Can we do it? Yes. But I would still prefer to see a three quadrant, I would love a 3-quadrant start. There's 3 camp start into some sort of action, maybe level 2 if you can really see a good opportunity here. So he does cut the full clear here into a level 3 gank from a 5 camp clear. That's absolutely fine. We do enjoy that. We're trying to bait the Lucian in here. But again, because of the fact that it's 3:30, we're behind on tempo. And the Pantheon is going to see, hello, Lucian, who decides, listen, you know, if I'm going to die, I might as well flash in and give nothing to the Pantheon, which is a thing that we're used to seeing from ADCs. They deny us just to ensure that they control their own destiny to some degree. But this is all as we have here a support Sivir with a bot lane Victor. Weird things are going on in this game. You know, if he just 3-camped and saw this earlier, we didn't click around as much as we would or should if we were in-game, but hey, let's go. Now he goes in deep here to ward this and hit this point, which is fine, but we know the JARVAN started bottom side is going up for clearing at this particular stage. The Vayne should understand this, and this should be pinged off, saying, oh, yeah, JARVAN might be there, highly likely. I like this in principle, right? But I don't think it was necessarily done with the right principle in mind. The right principle is, hey, I'm gonna 5-6 camp gank bottom lane, take a scuttle, leave a ward over here, and then maybe I can look to do something about mid lane, and by that point, maybe the enemy jungle is done for that, and then you have a nice 2v2, and everyone fists, and Pantheon wins those fisting fights. But here it just looks like more of a muscle reflex. Like, I've got a ward, let me put it on the grump. Now, he might get the benefit here as JARVAN goes in on the Vayne. He will tank some minions. You can probably just afford to go back down, but let's see if the Pantheon decides to be super greedy on this. The downside to this in particular is it is kind of predictable now, and because we don't have a scanner in terms of full-on control for vision, you have to understand where bottom lane is. Now, Milio, whatever it is, will come on down here. We have Lucian here. JARVAN 99% is going to reset, come on down directly to this grump. Ooh, don't do it. He is coming down. Okay, we ward there. So basically, is this a good place to put the ward? No, because by then it's too late. You want to put it here, or at the very least over there. I think in my case, if I was to be this aggressive, probably here, just because I anticipate the JARVAN probably EQing this, into snowballing bot lane, or just, you know, kind of ganking that up. Again, that's a bit of a educated guess. Let's see exactly what happens, but, you know, if we get away with this Wolfcamp steal, while I like the I like being right. But at the same time, you know, like, I feel like most of us who watch this, oof, nice little pokey. A lot of us who watch this content should realize these things, you know, and I talk a lot about this in the Platinum Cause. The Platinum Cause is absolutely insane. It's so good for low diamond as well. We talk so much about this kind of, how can we predict those things with ease every game? As Katarina roams out to the mid lane, the JARVAN's going to show up here and go, yes, an EQ knock-up auto attack, smack with the Iron Spike Whip, and the Katarina will shimpo to reposition. All of this is because the Jarvan just decided to full clear gank the top lane. Why not? He recognized that the Pantheon had done this and gone bottom lane, press tab, see 20 CS, most likely taking this. I'm probably just going to do my Wolves Grump and go down bottom side. So the Jarvan, I can guarantee you, wasn't thinking about the Pantheon stealing his Grump and Wolves at all. He was just thinking, as I said, boom, boom, boom. Because that's the tendency of what Platinum junglers like to think about. And this ELO range, we're in like a P1, P2 ELO range, so we are getting some diamond players at this particular stage. This isn't your low P4, basically gold ELO. This is players who will get to diamond. And they're still not thinking about the enemy jungler at the level that you and I are talking about in these videos. And that's a bit worrying, to be honest with you, but at the same time, those people won't stay diamond a long time. If you're doing this in gold, you'll climb. So the Jarvan basically says, oh, I can levy this potential into a chem tech dragon, and the blue team says, yes, let's contest. And our Pantheon says, nah, bruv, not interested. Why are we even here? You know, like this is, the Katarina's just being foolish. The bottom lane are being foolish. This is gone, give it up. This guy here is going for his Grump Wolves. Why is he doing that? When potentially, instead of doing the Grump Wolves, we could have said, hey, listen, you know, 546, he's already on the sucker, right? 545, look, again, he's, no way. No way. He mains Pantheon. I don't understand. But again, if he's doing this on Grump in Platinum 1, Platinum 2, with his champion that he mains, he's doing it at every single jungler. Like, just stop trying to drag it out. What you want to do, when it's at like 200-300 odd HP, okay, based upon your champion that can flex up and down a little bit, and you have a spell coming off cooldown, you can drag it. And I talk about this, as I said in the 10 Commandments video. I even have a Mundo, me, dragging a wolf camp. I'm here by this wall, hitting a cleaver onto a wolf who's where this minion is. So how are you resetting? It's because you're recharging that patience bar, you're flirting with that red patience bar from the monster way too frequently, so it resets much quicker. If you just kite properly, trade a few barbs back and forth, I hit you 3, you hit me 2, pull it out, you're going to have a much better time kiting. It's not like it's impossible. But at the same time, we recognize, look, it's 5 minutes 56. It's going to be 6 minutes. This guy's going to be level 6. You know, is this a Shen? Is this a Malphite? Is this a Cho'Gath? Is this a... Can I go top lane and gank him before level 6 while he hasn't warded? Now he dings 6, moves on down, goes back up, so we see the ward, and he's pathing down and away from his top laner into the Ahri in the mid lane here with no minion wave to protect him from the charm, so he's going to absorb that. This is nothing to do with Pantheon. Pantheon, as you'll see in the video tomorrow coming on the main channel, is super potent, super strong, super good, but it's not easy to pull off because you have to understand everything we're talking about here. Boom, 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 boom. It's flow, right? Now, the Teemo kills the Vayne top lane for a 3rd straight time. The Jarvan did twice. The Jarvan killed it once. The Jarvan also has 4 kills here thanks to all the bottom lane activity and the dragon, okay? Our bottom lane is able to do the things to the Lucian and the Milio, and we just full clear down, right? The Jarvan, in the meantime, he's just relaxed. He's got a Warhammer. He can fall back to his camps. He's fallen back to the top side now. He can come on down over here. All of these camps will respawn again. It's all up for him. It's all up for him. And the Pantheon has just completely taken his hand off the game. That's it. He's just nothing. He's late level 6 too. You know, 5 camp is okay. But please, master your damn clear. It's easy. Go to practice tool and then gank this sooner so that maybe you get a kill and guaranteed assist at least on the Lucian, which means your bottom lane is healthier, so you can shove this, then you can take this, then you can ward this. Yes, you can still get this, but then you can ditch. Now you can go back to base and you got something bottom lane. Now we're stronger. Leave the base, gank the top lane, thumbs up. Jarvan chose bottom lane, right? Because we warded this and took this, we didn't greed for the wolf camp, so we didn't die. So the Jarvan is able to just gank bot lane for free, which he probably will because your bot lane are bad. Then, because we see Jarvan bot lane as we do this, we say, but you full cleared, sir. Boom, 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 boom. That means your Raptors and Krugs are available. So I will snack at least one of those camps or both of those camps away from you, even if you get the dragon. Gank mid lane. Now Katarina's fed. Can we collapse on the dragon potentially if they're still taking a long time to do it? Yes? Okay, let's go. Platinum junglers, you gotta speed this process up. If you're diamond and you're not thinking like this, you gotta. Or you're gonna stay D4 and be at the whims of the police of that elo. Now the Jarvan shows up here, of course. We see the wards down here, so we know he's obviously cut his red quadrant into this potential dive. The Pantheon is like, yes, I'm here to help. But the problem is he has Serrated Dirk. Right item, obviously, eclipses the item. But he's waffling, doing nothing, shadowing, doing nothing. No counter jungling, no proactivity, no ganks. And as soon as, and this is all self-inflicted, 100% self-inflicted. There is no pop out here. You can't blame your lanes. You can't say, well, why did Katarina die on the dragon? I don't care that she died on the dragon. You cost yourself everything here. And this is a kind of, when you VOD review your own games, you've got to be brutally honest with yourself. Also, if you're in this negative game state, please have control wards and slap them in these defensive positions. You know, this is fine. It does give you value. But yeah, just make sure you have a control ward at least somewhere, right? In your jungle, in the pixel bush, just somewhere where you can see the Jarvan's movement. So we do position to counter gank that. We do really want level 6, which we'll get after the Grump here. But the Vayne's in a tough situation. You know, it's better never to ask questions about your top laner's lane state. You just kind of go, all right, okay. See, now from the Jarvan, and I see this, yeah, exactly right. You can see it here, look, exactly, right? The Vayne can't push up too much. She has to overcommit, she's thinking about you. The Pantheon wasn't level 6, has to go down. We have the Scuttle vision control. We can just hippity-hoppity this, take it, and snack it. Nice sneak. The Jarvan is playing like someone who's got a good game plan, is not adhering to bad platinum tendencies, and will try and get diamond with it. The Pantheon, on the other hand, he be whiffing. He whiffing. Now, the Jarvan just crosses mid lane, drive by, hello, goes down here, can probably just invade this, you know, like without even caring and just try and kill the Pantheon. He has that much of a lead. Or he could just fall back to the blue side. All of this is up as well. Now, the Pantheon's going to go to the Raptors and to the Krugs, probably thinking, you know, maybe he's going to go for my red, but the way that Ari's playing here, he could also be shadowing this. We don't know exactly what he's doing. Let's check here. We see him here. We visibly see him here. In game, if you're paranoid, like me, always paranoid about this, I always think worst case scenario. If I see this guy cross here, and I'm going down here, and he knows that's what I'm doing, because he's been tracking me, I always anticipate this best play, and the blue team's bottom lane is base or dead, which in this case, gone, can I invade his red, kill him, take the red, and get out? This would have worked out nicely because of the blue team bottom lane not really being in position, but again, it's also a bit of an over-aggressive move that he could definitely die for, but let's be honest in Platinum. If Jarvan cuts through here, invades your red to try and kill you, and does so, but then dies for it, are you surprised? I'm not surprised. So I'm worried about this, because I would make this play. If I had the tempo control in mid lane, and my bottom lane, or their bottom lane was out of the picture, such that I could just make this play without dying, I would do it. I would do it, kill him, take his red, and run away. That would be the play. And the Pantheon, I was probably thinking about this, decides to do Raptors Krugs, ignores his red, he's positioning, standing still for his ultimate. He's so worried about the Jarvan, and the Jarvan just did the Platinum thing of, now I'm gonna go back to my blue side. The Victor moves to the mid lane, the Jarvan roams up with his support as well. Pantheon ults in here, is able to snack on the Milio. Nice little ult, that was pretty quick, that was quickly developing. So the Milio, calculated in the chat. So the Milio roams up with the Jarvan to counter gank the Victor roam. There we go. And the Pantheon just says, hey, I have ult. Let me man drop upon you. Which he does do. Nice counter gank. That's what Pantheon can do. So that's nice. That is good. Bravo. And why aren't we doing more of this? You know, heads up gameplay, looking, anticipating, and making the reactive play. But he was still thinking way too much about the Jarvan in his, there we go. See, that's easy. Just walk up, hit your W. Super good, super free. Now, of course, we have a dragon respawning soon. We have in pocket here 2.2k. You might think, listen, should I just go back to red and stay out? Because now what's going to happen is, as this is spawning, the Jarvan, let's hypothesize here, he can either go to the top side quadrant, you go top side, use a herald, fall back to his quadrant, basically say, I give you dragon, or he can go straight out of base here. Instead of going to the top side, he goes straight back down to the side, just to snack this dragon and potentially gank this and use a herald here, or here. He has multiple decisions that he can make, and the Pantheon knows at this particular stage, look, if he's coming for the dragon, he's coming for the bot lane, but I got a base. I got too much gold. So the Jarvan and the Pantheon are doing some mind games. Now, I'm not entirely sure what exactly is going through the Jarvan's mind here as he goes for the Raptors red into this, right? But he's okay, they got awarded. So he's just thinking, look, Pantheon has to reset. We have the lead. Effectively, they probably feel like they have the lead. They don't really, actually, because the bottom lane is so fed, but the Jarvan has the lead himself, so he feels strong. He basically feels like, if they go for this, I kill them, because Pantheon hasn't reset. But if Pantheon does reset, there's no stress, because he can't do it. So Jarvan, I think, is playing the mind game here, and Pantheon's just basically saying, if I have to give it up, I have to give it up. Hey, top lane, can I gank for you? Oh, look, I tried. Unfortunate. Unlucky, man. I did show up, though. Jarvan, in the meantime, ganks in mid lane. I do like that. Not necessarily that we did Raptors red versus maybe the whole quadrant, but I do like that we took 2 camps, went to the mid lane, activated the Herald, got the gank off, and snacked some gold. We EQ over just to take these Raptors away, and now we can shadow down here into the bottom lane gank because they're low. We're going to flash EQ that one. We hit the auto attack in the Sivir, force her flash, dunk, kill. We didn't have to use it in the mid lane. Victor's now running towards the Pantheon. Careful there. Milio's doing Milio things, but he's also low, so we're going to be very cautious here if you're the Milio, because Pantheon can chuck and get that 20% pseudo execute on the Q. Jarvan overcommits. Well, yeah, no, it's an overcommit. He dies. He dies. It's an overcommit, but maybe he was sending a message. It's possible. It is possible. Is it a good message? I would have basically taken the fact that it killed the Sivir, let the Victor get away and pull back. Because you only have your Milio, and Katarina will run first because obviously Ahri's back in base or out of the picture because, right, the gank in the mid lane, so. Is it worth 1 kill to die there? Not in my opinion, but sometimes opinion don't mean much. Oh, we see an ultimato. I have to click because the replay isn't so good. So his ult comes off cooldown a while ago, and he's like, hey, maybe I can use this on the overcommitting Lucian because the Milio had to go back to base and the Lucian arrived. Therefore, he's by himself. Not that difficult. Use your ult as much as you can. It's great for counter ganks, but use it as much as you can. This won't die, so we know we're kind of free for this. We see the Ahri here. Now we're like, okay, look, there's no camps. Careful, because the Jarvan can also come out of the bottom side pretty quickly, mind you. Given the fact that we know he did red and 1 camp here and showed up and ganked this and went down and took this and then died here. Most likely, there you go. He's got camps here he wants to take plus his dragon. So what the Pantheon is doing now is as a byproduct of him effectively having no camps up, he's actually looking to make proactive plays because he's got nothing else to do. So this is a guy that plays with his head down, always thinking about farm first. We're going to try and just go in on the Ahri here, it seems like. That's a hell of a lot of damage from the Pantheon, by the way. The Milio presses buttons, it does healing and things and Enchanter Gaming. And the Pantheon is now tanking the Dragon, plus a whole enemy red team. The Victor is doing Victor things. The Katarina is going in, getting exhausted. The Pantheon is now by himself here. Avoids the REQ. Vayne is rotating over. Victor's just dishing it out, dishing it out, dishing it out. Not even a Victor support. I keep saying that. I keep thinking it's Victor support, but it's not. He's the actual carry here. Vayne, nice condemn. There we go. Little shield for Milio doesn't do anything. Can we get it? Yes, we can. That's a dragon as well. So nice little turn. Okay, 14-14. You know, 26k, 26k. Dragon a piece. You know, 3-1-2. You're like, hey, I'm not playing too badly. Until you realize it's like 33% KP, and the Jarvan's got 9 kills. Yeah, he died 3 times, but honestly, does it matter? He's so far ahead. He's got 7.6k. He's 1.6k ahead of us. So now we've finished the Black Cleaver first. Okay, so ready to duck into Black Cleaver. I see it in this particular case. Obviously, you can rush the Eclipse still. And Jarvan decides to repeat gank on the bottom side just because, well, I got blue side camps and this Victor pissed me off in the dragon fight, so might as well just go for it. We know there's no summoner spells on the Sivir, but, you know, is this a good gank from the Jarvan's perspective? I don't care if he gets kills. Let's pause it. I have no idea if he gets kills. You know, this is on the top side, this is spawning. You know, Pantheon probably goes top side because he was bottom side for so long. This is the objective here. You know the team is going to be overcommitting. Again, it can be coin flip. You don't know from the Pantheon's perspective. You can just think like I'm thinking again, where is the Jarvan potentially going to go? And if he doesn't go here and he shows up bottom lane, what does that mean for you? All right. I get free stuff. So it doesn't really matter, right? Katarina moves on down here, is going to try and get the kill on the Luciano, but isn't able to. Jarvan dies to the Victor, and the Pantheon is going to go in the Condemn into the Pantheon. Oh, good night. That's fine. Like, I'm okay with the collapse on the top side, but I'm not okay with Jarvan being dead and us not getting an objective. And now, of course, it's too late for us to do anything. Yeah, I mean, I would prefer to get the Herald and then deal with top lane, I think, just for that denial, but maybe we get it anyway. It is possible. Jarvan should be thinking about it at this particular stage, but I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes to the bottom side. Again, he shouldn't, but Vayne's prior, I'm worried a little bit about the rotation, but we get it. Okay, it works out. That's fine. That's okay. Those things do happen. Like, you've got to play the game fluidly, because you don't always know what people are going to do, especially the random stuff. Now our team groups mid after taking this one here. We have 1300 in pocket. The Jarvan at this particular stage, again, we don't know. Is he swooping this way? Is he swooping this way? Is he going to go in like this? Is he going to go in like this? Nobody knows until we next see him, and that will kind of tell us what his mid-game strategy is. But we're in the mid-game now, so that kind of tracking doesn't work as well. There we go. Okay, we see him on the top side here. Double buffs. Cool. So most likely he ended up there because the respawn come up. We'll have no idea unless we were tracking CS if he did a full clear with the Krugs or not. We don't know this. Remember. Hey, JARVAN shows up. Dies. Let's just say 90 CS. Next time we see him. 94, 98, 102, 106, 110, boom. He is blue, he is red, he did both his buffs, but he only got 20 CS in addition and not 24, which means he probably left the Grump or the Krugs, most likely the Krugs as a general rule of thumb. That's not the case here with the exact numbers, I'm just giving you an easy sort of concept. But yeah, that's how you track at this particular phase. Now, we finish off the Krugs, we do a vitamization, Milio is chilling in the mid lane, the support server says, yo! That Fireball does hit, it's called Fireball, no? I don't know. Ultra Mega Fire Kick, whatever is close enough. The Katarina's pushing in the bottom side. The JARVAN is now looping and cutting in here. He wants to try and do stuff. The Victor's got wave clear. The Silver's got wave clear. The Pantheon goes back to base here. We have level 11, which means we've activated our second armor penetration passive here. 20%, 10%, 20%, 30%. And now they're kind of just hovering. So, bit of dead time, that's okay. In this particular phase, outside in, talked about this quite a lot, mid-game philosophy and mind games and what we're trying to accomplish in the free, I sent out to email subscribers actually, free lecture I recorded for them yesterday. Third part will go out next week and I'll link all of them, so if you're not an email subby, no stress, you'll still get it all. That was kind of a funny interaction. We hit the plant EQ came over the wall, we activate this to punch this down, Ari shadowing here, we do have to be a little bit cautious, E is down, that's huge. We have to watch for the collapse, obviously. JARVAN's going to try go in here. We get the stun. Katarina goes into the Ari. Pantheon's going super deep. Lucian over the wall with the ultimate. Victor is doing huge things, but he's by himself, and that's the problem with this kind of play. We go to peel the JARVAN, which is the right play in this particular case. Nice little charge here. Katarina goes in, taking everything. Now we're going to peel onto the Luciano here. Don't die if you can. Help it. Q is up again. Timo shows up. We do a flash. I would flash to survive if we need to. Can we take some camps? So that's okay. All of this is looking pretty solid, okay? Nice little comeback. Early game was abysmal. Nice recovery, okay? Couple good counter gank ult here, good ult here. You know, playing the map a little bit. He's only died once. That's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But it sometimes means you're still too passive. Okay? 40% KP, 45% KP. Now there's a dragon available. We've shoved this off. Everyone's respawned. And the problem is we have 1100 cash money gold. I would probably think this game you could just go with the Shojin build. Can go Death Dance, more for Mortius. You can go GA if you're that far ahead. And obviously the Blade of the Ruined King, because your W apply is unhit at 100% effectiveness. But at this particular stage, this is one of these fights where it's like, hey, should we go for this? Because we haven't spent our gold, they have, and our team's not in exactly the best position to set up for a dominating fight. And that's where it's, you know, I'm low, let me take a camp. I know I want to push this, but dragon's spawning. Do I want to fight for this dragon and get this dragon? If the answer is yes, then you might have to give up this pressure now, go back and spend, and then come back down. Unless, of course, you feel strong enough that you don't have to base. But as you can see, we were not strong enough. Right, Timo rotates Victor. Tick, tick, boom. And now, of course, you got to worry about the minefield of shrooms. Let's have a look. We got, yes, a lot of shrooms everywhere. Really frustrating champion. Ari is forced to ult away. Katarina is at least a little bit online. This means she has no real mythics. Yeah, at least it's not Hexa Gunblade, I'll tell you that much. JARVAN shows on the bottom side here. We're probably just going to give up this dragon as well. Now, could we go for some counter jungling? In theory, yes, but we have no, well, bottom lane. No Victor at this stage. No Vayne at this stage. The shrooms are unknown. We have a scanner control we could use, but I don't know why we're leaving the Grump. See, this is silly. Blue, Grump, Wolves. Blue, Grump, Wolves. Come on down. Cut. Now we join with our team nicely. Can we still fight this? Yes or no? Make the decision. If no, okay, then I can do this into this. If they shadow down here to collapse in this, I'm full clear, ready to do stuff. If our team are going mid lane, we go blue, Grump, Wolves. We can cut in and join them here as well. It's always about pathing in such a direction that you can actually go in. I don't know if I would have ulted for the steal. I think this is stupid. This is platinum stupidity here. Don't do this, my friends. You waste your ult for a dragon that doesn't really matter that much when you could have just taken boom, boom, you could have full clear down. Now you're losing your Krugs to your ADC top laner. You've left this on the map for some peculiar reason. and now you're half HP and you don't have an ultimate, and you don't have your flash either. And so we're gonna go in here now, kill the Milio, which might as well do that because that's free. But now I'm worried about the collapse. See, we're vortexing up here. Uh-oh, look at this. Katarina, 3, 1. So if you're doing a 1-3-1, what do we want? Parallel, 1-3-1. We're nowhere near parallel, which means for the enemy team, it's like, well, easy collapse. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Because we don't know from the blue team's perspective. We're kind of just going, okay, I guess I'll take the Raptors. All right. Punch the Aria. Okay, there's the team. That's good. That's nice. Can we hit this to see what's going on over here? I think we should. Let's have a look. We'd see nothing. So maybe we could snack this away. Because obviously you got to track back timers and respawn timers and things like this. But it's the unknown for me. I don't want to shove up to this inhib, which is what I was worried about. Because then you're really doomed. So I'm glad that they shoved a little bit and then pulled back out. So that's good. Teemo shows top lane here, but I would definitely hit this to see what's available because I should have my ult, I should have my flash because I shouldn't have used it here. Which again, 12, 16, 20 CS. So you keep losing the advantages you could be gaining. Snack the red. If this is something you can do this. Because you hit the plant, leave a control wood, hopefully, and they show up with nothing. You kill the Teemo, you fall back. They can't do the Baron because you have numbers. You see? We're not using that full mid-game advantage. We're getting there a little bit, but we're not shoving it in a way that we should be. Teemo shows up to push this out. Now we're forced to fall back. See, this should be another grub that's respawned. This is now, level 11, but there should be another, like you would have taken the 80 gold. Now this is another 80 gold and added experience. Now the Teemo shows up here over the wall. Is this a record for amount of resets? See, now the shrooms and the dooms. Uh-oh. Jarvan the 4th for my father the 3rd. And, jungle for jungle trade. But I'm Jarvan. I have Gordrigger. I have Death's Dance. I am the Savant. I am Demacia. I am the Legend. Milio, Ari, rotating. Q over the wall. EQ over the wall, rather. Using a W for the extra shield. Gordrigger for the heal. Milio also helps us. It's trailing, it's healing, it's shielding. Can we kill the Katarina? Exhaust is used. Oh, the Q poke once more. And the spell sheet doesn't do anything. I mean, goodness gracious me. I mean, look, this champion is not okay. He's not okay. He's fine, but he's definitely strong. One of the best in the game. I banned Jarvan. I banned Jarvan for this reason. The W is obscene, but again, we go all in on the Teemo with no consideration of the enemy team rotating. And the point of all of that was, but didn't the Jarvan do a dumb play? Technically, yes, he did do a dumb play. But what's the difference between the Jarvan here and you or someone else? The difference is the Jarvan is playing it like a Smurf would. Hey, 3 people, don't care, I'm fed. That's it. Like, I know I can do this. I know I can position. I know I can take them. I know I can use my champion, my Gordrigger, my heal, and my Milio's coming, my Ari's coming. He's assessed it, and he recognizes that he can actually handle it. End of story. Now, if I'm playing Mundo or Volibear in the same scenario, I can guarantee you I'm doing the same damn thing. Like, 3 people. I have 12 kills, man. Like, I'm level 14. I'm way further ahead of anybody else. I have 14k gold. I'll run at you and kill you all and then take the Baron. That's what carrying is at the end of the day. The mechanical play that you make as a byproduct of your good jungling to give yourself that lead in the first place, or at least, optimize yourself that you get a lead, and then you're making that mechanical play, using that lead to outplay the enemy, when you probably shouldn't be able to do it. All things equal, though, that's a dumb play. If we're all level 12, same gold, I don't think I want a 3v1. But if I have a huge-ass lead and I come 1v9, all right, I'll go in and do it. So, risk assessment, yeah? Risk assessment, champion knowledge, state of the game knowledge, and sometimes a little bit of luck. But also recognizing that people are rotating, or that you have numbers advantage and the Pantheon's dead. Pantheon now 646, and you're going, well, he's not playing too badly, until you realize that's 12 out of 27 KP, and this is systemic. If you're Platinum 4 for like years and years and years, and now you're Platinum 1, Platinum 2, you're obviously doing some things right, but he's too conservative. He messes up his clears way too much. He loses tempo control because of it. He's not tracking the Jarvan appropriately when he can, barring the randomness and the 50-50 decisions, which point flip it. And he's not impacting lanes enough. So, he had a fair bot lane. We didn't really play properly though, did we? Now they have the free Baron here. We're going to push this up as much as we can. The next dragon is spawning. I would like to get it. But we do have to be careful. The Jarvan EQ's over the wall. And now it's like, well, can I do this? Probably not. The Pantheon's on the left side there, basically taking in everybody by himself. The Victor's going to flash in and hit nothing. Lucian's flanking from the side. Katarina's not on the fight. Against a 1-3-1. That's so much damage from the Victor. Excellent double EQ from the JARVAN into that knockup. He knows he can do this. Redemption comes through. He's going to EQ to gap close again. Teemo is rotating over. Auto attack, auto attack, auto attack. Blind, blind, blind. One more Q. That doesn't quite hit. Can Teemo do the speed up? Flash is forced. JARVAN has low EQ at this particular stage, but Teemo will flash anyway. The Vayne's just not in the picture. Boom. Flash smite. Send the message. Does it not? That's game. I think that'll be game because JARVAN got fed. Good jungling. Solid jungling. Not amazing jungling, but just a good framework. The Pantheon just didn't have that framework. Didn't track. Didn't play properly. And he's basically a passenger on the bus. And it's not a good bus. It's one of those old-ass buses that smell. The ones with the toilet. Those buses. It's not a bus you want to be on. If you've ever been on a sports team or a coach, you know what I mean. So the Vayne finally shows up here. He's like, yes, I can do things. I hate Enchantress so much. They're fine. Like, the role is fine, right? But it's so frustrating. And if you don't have, like, a go-to assassin that can basically deal with that issue in some capacity, it's frustrating. Pantheon respawns and ults. This is down the JARVAN. Trusting that his team got the Milia. We'll kill the Ahri there. That's nice. Alright. Almost full stacks of Mortal Will. One more. There we go. We get the stun. People like to play funny. Funny builds. War Drinker, Black Cleaver, Death's Dance. Get a Maul, get a Randuin's, get a GA, and just win. Stop flexing builds. Just build like this. On a strong champion, and you will win. You can do it on Pantheon as well. So now we're counter jungling. Again, as I said, it should in theory be game. They did get the inhib. TP into a shroom. That's fine. Victor does do a lot of damage, but Teemo's level 17. We're going to go and get that stun there. Nice little chain kill. Watch Irene some more time as Ahri is spawning. She is alive. Teemo's dead for another 50 seconds. Bounty here, bounty here. We want to make sure we take the camps. He's going for the red buff. Is that a pick possible? Ahri is up though, so we got to be careful. And obviously, remember that you are the engage with the Victor, right? You want to sit in front, you want to do the damage, you want to make sure that you are stunning and blocking so that he can dish it out, because this guy's your carry. He's a win con. And in Platinum, you're going to recognize that these people have win cons. Someone on your team will be playing well. Can you help them? So now we go in on the stun here. The problem is Ahri is available and all of us are kind of low. And Vayne is now top side and Katarina's on the bottom side. So just be careful about the overcommit here. Again, 2.7k gold, 1.3k gold, 2.0k gold. I don't know if the 0.0 was necessary, but for a significant figure consistency, I wanted to say it. And the Katarina's not splitting here, which is fine, but the Vayne just oversplits and dies. Not playing very well, is she? But again, is it her fault? Yes, it is. Could we have done something about it to maybe mitigate this disaster? Yes, we could have. We just didn't. That's the thing. You can be you can not be the reason you lose, right? You're not the reason you lose, but you can also be the reason you didn't win. You didn't take a proactive approach. I think it's a good philosophy to focus on. Katarina now pulls down. Vayne, we have to wait to respawn, so we'll take our camps, cut towards the mid lane. Super minions are pushed in. We're going to take our camps here. We want to be very, very careful about this. Most likely waiting for the Vayne to spawn. We are not quite 16. Unfortunate. We would like to get that from the Krugs. Probably wouldn't give it to us. So now we're being shilling. The darkness does make me a little bit afraid of potential trappings. So we kind of hug down here, anticipating that they're on the Baron, which is, of course, the case. So here now, it's gone. Push, 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 push. It's gone. Vayne push hard as hell. Everyone push hard as hell. No! It's Jack. Let it go. Let it go. Please stop trying to steal things that don't matter. Just go and take an inhib with your Victor. Push, push, push. Stop the bases, one of you, two of you, and look, that's an inhib. With Pantheon there, that's an inhib. Push on down, catch this, shove this, pull back. Denied a lot of their Baron shove, and do... Victor is a fun champion, yes? Well, that was a nice cue. Now Lucian shows up, and he's able to get the kill. If we are just with the Victor, this goes faster, this dies, we move on through, we take all of this, we join the Vayne, we shove up, we all disengage, we go back to base. They have Baron, yes, but we have multiple matching inhib, we have matching inhib pressure over here. Maybe someone can force something here, maybe someone can force something there, but at least you can try and wave clear and chill. But because we go for the steal here and here, we lose too much pressure on the map subsequent to those events. So you lose. Discipline of the mind. Now, of course, because of this, we're behind again. Dead again. We do have Spear Shojin at this particular stage. Although, no, it's fine. I mean, ideally, I would have wanted to have a lead so we could Shojin GA and just end. You could, no, that's fine. You could, in theory, justify more this game. Maybe a DD more would be better, actually. GA this game, rather than a Shojin, given the state of the game. Soul is up, and everyone's worried about the Soul, right? Everyone's worried about the Soul. We've just face-checked the Darkness again. This will be game. This will be game. He's ulting in with a steal. It's too late. It's too slow. He's dying again. He's flashing out. JARVAN goes over the wall. EQ dunk it. Multiple man. Gore drinker slap. 8% Omnivamp coming in strong. E flag drop gets the kill. Victor shows up. We'll smite him to get him slow. The gravity field puts us in place. We're trying to get close for another Gore drinker proc here. Can we EQ turn? No, we're going to EQ run. Ari's catching the wave to shove this up. 3 people dead. JARVAN healing up. There we go. EQs onto the Victor again. Look at how much damage he can do and tank. And like, just build the items that let you do this, my friends. If you're a K main, just build Rast, go Gore Drinker, Black Cleaver, and just live and win. Like, you know, I know we always want the sexy items, but winning is sexy too. And the JARVAN deserves his win. 22 kills. This guy carried. Sure, he died a few times, a little bit silly, you know, but he secured his objective, secured his barons, had good smites, made the 1v9 play that opened the game, like, and he hits the Nexus. He's the guy that made this play happen, right? He did this. Huge gap in jungling in this particular game. A lot of things to learn about optimizing your clear, passivity, being proactive, mitigating negative plays, all the platinum stuff that you need. And that I cover more in depth in the course. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned something. That word just came out. I have coaching now. So as always, I will see you all in the next one.